I also want to take a moment to thank our super talented Tonalea team here for running the marathon. I think we're pushing 18 hours today, not 8 hours, and I appreciate their work and being up here with us today. So, governing board members, President Perleberg, Dr. Birdwell, Sandra, and community, good evening. It's with great pleasure that we get to present and showcase Tonalea K-8 School. My name is Dr. Dave Perniski, proud principal at Tonalea K-8 here in our Coronado Learning Complex. We are proud tonight to showcase Tonalea's school improvement plan and present to the governing board and our community our vision for continuous improvement within Tonalea K-8. I'm proud to present with an all-star crew with me this evening to include our two dedicated assistant principals, Mr. Justin Firehawk and Mr. Matt Gromek. Also up here with me tonight is a very talented team of Tonalea teachers to include our 5th grade math teacher, Mrs. Megan Cadat, special education, self-contained special education teacher, Mrs. Emma Miranda, English language arts teacher and coach, Mrs. Terry Byro, is also here with us. Also joining us, our Tonalea instructional coaching team. These individuals are truly our teachers of teachers. We have with us tonight our instructional coach, Mrs. Michelle Piazza, who is, it's noteworthy, she is celebrating 25 years with Scottsdale Unified School District, all at Tonalea. We also have our behavior coach and Kagan Cooperative Learning Trainer of Trainers, Mrs. Alyssa Nowacki, with us this evening. Thank you all for being here. It is said, gone are the days of working in isolation, and as you can see with our team, we truly welcome the days of collaboration, in particular in our field. It takes a team, and it truly takes a village to get the job done. The team up here tonight has done a lot of heavy lifting to push our vision and mission and school improvement plan forward this year. At Tonalea, we truly believe that the we is greater than the me. This first slide is a picture of our teaching staff, as we affectionately call ourselves the Team TK8. These individuals truly make up the village, the momentum, the drive, and positive force behind our improvement plan. And as a staff, we're committed to making this plan one of action and not one that collects dust on a shelf somewhere. The individuals in the picture truly represent the work and are to be commended for their dedication to our Tonalea children and this community. Starting at our Teacher Academy this summer, our momentum has remained strong since our Teacher Academy. Having just come off record student growth on Easy Merit for our students grades 3-8 and a continued laser-like focus and urgency on raising the bar for Tonalea kids, we set the course this year with high expectations on teacher collaboration and student achievement. The journey began this year with putting a premium on our district values that became our very own at Tonalea, with a strong commitment for all staff to being positive, student-focused, team players, progressive, accountable, growth-minded, and responsive. With these values forming who we are and how we do business for Tonalea kids, we then focused on our campus-wide commitment towards 3 specific areas: PBIS, PLC, and a very strong and renewed focus on the classroom and first best instruction in the classroom. PBIS offers a school-wide approach to promoting a positive culture within our school and a safe learning environment for all Tonalea children. It also offers us an opportunity to teach very clear expectations in terms of what's expected on student behavior in all areas of campus. Professional learning communities, as Mr. Martinez mentioned, puts a very direct focus on teachers collaboratively working in the academic interest of all children, ensuring that all achieve. This work stems from the DeFore research and actually formed our theme for 2017 and 18, which is Achievement for All. Each grade level team is master scheduled to have a common prep with the expectation that we come around a table once a week in our data room to review data and make sure on our promise of achievement for all Tonalea children. The classroom, or what we know to be first best instruction, puts a focus on our Tier 1 teaching time. This is the first instruction that a child receives, and we know as teachers that this time is paramount to ensuring the child's success and staying at grade level. Specifically, as it relates to our Tier 1 teaching strategies and teaching time, we as a staff have forged a strong commitment to the following systems which strengthen our classrooms, teaching, and ultimately our children. We're in year 2 of Kagan Cooperative Learning at Tonalea. We are very lucky to have Mrs. Nowacki on board this year, who comes to us as a trainer of trainer in the Kagan model. Kagan is about engagement in the classroom and provides teachers with resources, structures, and strategies to increase engagement and rigor in the classroom. Plan Book offers a school-wide approach to online lesson planning where our teachers all are planning and can share plans online with each other. It is a very teacher-friendly piece of software that readily connects all standards for the state of Arizona into the lesson plan and allows our teachers to collaborate with grade-level colleagues virtually. Instructional rounds, similar to what you think of in a hospital or medical rounds, thanks to the work of Mrs. Piazza and a team of teachers at our school, we have put together instructional rounds internally within our school so that teachers can observe, learn, and grow from each other as practitioners. Finally, we explored what some may say is one of the hottest books in educational research right now, Visible Learning by John Hattie, which offers a meta-analysis on best practices during Tier 1 teaching time. This year we have committed as a staff to a book study surrounding John Hattie's work. PLC, PBIS, and First Best Instruction have been the drivers this year at Tonalea, and in no small part have informed our continuous improvement plan for 2017-18. Continuous improvement plans are just that, a way for our building and our children and staff to set clear targets and have paths for reaching those targets. As Mr. Martinez shared, this evening, we as a unified school district have honed in on 4 key areas, and that's not just at Tonalea, but in all of our buildings. We have put a clear focus on rigor, communication, culture, and academic goals within our building. As we touch on these 4 areas, you're going to notice that we have written SMART goals to support our improvement plan specifically in these 4 areas. We know that our SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, and they help us focus and measure what we are trying to accomplish in our school building. As we began working on our continuous improvement plan, it is important also to note that this work is not done in isolation. We had the opportunity to gain feedback from our staff via our comprehensive needs assessment, which is a survey tool we administer to inform our Title I plan and as a result our SIP plan. In addition, we had the opportunity to work in collaboration with our school leadership team to garner feedback, guidance, and direction in the 4 areas of rigor, culture, communication, and academic goal setting. Let's begin by looking at our work surrounding rigor. I'd like to thank the work of Dr. Treat and Mr. Roberts done early this year to share research based on best practice related to rigor and also supporting us at Tonalea with how to think about approaches to implementing rigor in our classrooms. In our Tonalea August professional development, some of the strategies included: how does our questioning techniques increase rigor in the classrooms? How do activities that we offer to our children increase rigor in the classroom? And finally, how does a lesson plan increase rigor in the classroom? Taking a closer look at our depth of knowledge noted in the picture on this slide, this is taken from a teacher's classroom. We know that the levels that we craft, plan, and deliver in terms of our lessons help us plumb deeper and more thoughtfully into our teaching, and as a result, students are able to go a little bit deeper with their learning. We are able to further measure and monitor our progress via our plan book tool, classroom walkthroughs, and professional learning communities. We also know that ongoing professional development during staff meetings or half-day PD will continue in order to achieve our goal of increased rigor in our classrooms. We recognize that this goal is relevant as all of us as building principals have sought out to carry this focus in each of our buildings. So to share practice collectively amongst building leaders with this district-wide initiative has been very beneficial this year. In terms of a timeline, we know that depths of knowledge and performance level required on AZ Merit has evolved. And this work in looking at AZ Merit performance level descriptors along with studying and implementing rigor in our lessons is going to pay dividends this spring on the AZ Merit test. A lot of heavy lifting, and I'd like to thank our coaches for a lot of the work that they have done this year supporting our teachers in planning and preparing rigorous lessons and outcomes in our classrooms this year. Our goals with regards to communication are to maintain high levels of communication not only within our building, first and foremost, but also between our building and district, and most importantly, with our stakeholders. Last year, we actually formed a communication team with the vision being to increase communication with our organization that has continued with our key communication network this year. We have a communication saying that says, did we hit the K-8? And the 8 standing for when we go to communicate a celebration or event within our community, have we done the letter or paper flyer? Have we done our robo-letter, robo-call, robo-text? Have we hit the Twitter, the Facebook, the website, and the internal communication to potentially include some sign juggling at parent drop-off and pickup? This year, we have continued to complete our monthly newsletter from the principal. Special thanks to Aaron Helm and our communications team for their support to include district news on this letter that goes out monthly to all Scottsdale parents. Also, kudos to our amazing teacher teams, as each of our grade level reps have committed to sending home a weekly email that goes out on Mondays at every grade level, which reaches all the parents at that grade level. These blurbs are written by our teachers at the grade level and help to inform parents of what is happening in the grade level for the week. We've received a lot of positive feedback from our parents on this initiative. Again, kudos to our friends over in communication for helping us build our parent listservs to make sure those email notification systems go out and we're reaching all of our parents. We're able to measure that via our InTouch notification system, as we have a fairly accurate account for who received the information when we send communication home. Before I leave this communication slide, I'd be remiss if I did not put a plug in to please follow us on Twitter, as we have a lot of fun pictures daily that go up there. Let's talk about culture. Dr. Anthony Mohammed, one of the most sought out educational consultants in North America, we actually had the chance to meet him last spring as principals at the PLC Summit, states the following: school culture is like a good soil. You need to water it, we need to make sure there's enough nutrients in it, and we need to make sure we give it the time it deserves. It's from this soil that everything blooms. It's the healthy soil necessary to plant seeds of change in a school, seeds of higher achievement, and seeds of prosperity. It goes without saying that culture and relationships are paramount to the work that we do at Tonalea K-8. It is our teachers' commitment to live the values by making sure we are positive, student-focused, continue to be team players, progressive, accountable, growth-minded, and we're responsive not only to our children but to each other. Increasing a positive culture not only for our teachers and children but all stakeholders remains a key feature of continuous improvement. You are going to notice the PBIS poster in this slide. Special thanks to our assistant principal, Mr. Firehawk, and a team of Tonalea's staff who came together over the summer to build, inspire, and lead the slogan that drives our Tigers every day, which is to show your stripes, which stands for Safe Tigers Respect, Include, Persevere, and Engage to Succeed. These values to our children in all areas of campus were taught right out of the gate at our back-to-school assembly at the start of this year. Setting this tone with regards to student behavior in turn influences the positive culture that we want to see and we expect at Tonalea campus. And again, thank you to our teachers for carrying this work out every day with our children in our classrooms. For all of our parents, we are committed to setting a culture of parent partnership at Tonalea as we work together in the best interest of our kids. You can go to our website, view all of our parent events on the parent calendar to include coffee with the principal, flag raising, student showcases, competitive sports, and more, to name a few. Shout out to our PTO president, Mrs. Natalia Adamek, for her support in leading the charge with our board meetings and our general board meetings. Also, shout out to board member Kravitz, who has been there with her sleeves rolled up, helping our PTO board at Tonalea. Culture is key to overall student success and truly the soil that reaps the rewards of healthy children, our staff, and our parents. Let's talk about academics. For those of you that know me, hanging an A on Tonalea is one of my sayings. and ultimately the vision for our nearly 1,000 children and 125 faculty. We know that with our new letter grades, this letter grade comprised mainly of overall growth and proficiency as measured by AZ merit testing, forms one of many, many ways that we measure and celebrate success in a school building. Dr. McCauley aptly noted in one of her presentations to the board on school achievement that where Tonalea may fall short on standardized tests in terms of overall proficiency, we for sure make up in student growth. It's noteworthy to celebrate that in the last cycle of testing in grades 3-8 last spring, nearly 85% of our children grew or went up from their previous year AZ merit score. That means that over 650 children scored better on AZ merit 2017 than they did on 2016 AZ merit. It is also noteworthy that over the past 3 years of AZ merit, our cohorts of children percentages passing, these are children who scored proficient and highly proficient on the test, has risen steadily in the areas of math and reading since the birth of AZ merit. So that's over 3 years we've steadily gone up. To this end, we have crafted school-wide academic goals in the areas of math and reading on this year's AZ merit test. It is truly the heavy lifting of all of our teachers and ultimately the perseverance of our kids that we continue and will continue to reach new heights on AZ merit. Looking at year-to-year trends, we've determined that a school-wide 5% point increase by grade level is both measurable and achievable. By way of example, we know that in our Tonalea 6th grade currently, 42% of all 6th graders scored proficient or highly proficient last year on AZ merit reading. This year as a cohort, we are looking to hit the 47th percentile for all Tonalea 6th graders demonstrating proficiency on AZ merit. These 5% increases over time are going to move Tonalea children towards higher percentages of passing and ultimately hanging an A on the school. In order to commit to this work, it's imperative that our teachers know our children and their levels of proficiency and that we progress monitor and intervene and enrich as measured against the standards that we teach. We do this through common formative assessments, and as a grade level, we progress monitor student performance as measured against the standards tested on benchmark tests and the standards that we teach. In addition to increasing the overall percentages passing, we assert that 85% or more of all Tonalea children this cycle of testing will demonstrate growth. That means their test score will go up, beating their previous year's score. To do this, we are dedicated to conducting test talks with every child on Tonalea campus grades 3-8, not only on AZ merit, but on our quarterly benchmarks as well. All this credit goes to the commitment to our teachers and coaches that we invest this time into sitting down with every child to communicate their previous performance and set specific and achievable goals on where each child will perform on their next benchmark or state test. Not only do we set targets for our children, but our teachers set targets for themselves in both reading and math, individually and in teams as tied to student performance on benchmark. By way of example, if I have a 5th grade team and they look at overall percentages passing on our most recent benchmark 1, they will look at each individual student, collaborate together, and work on moving a set group of students from one level to the next level. Writing these SMART goals from benchmark to benchmark ensure success for our kids and make sure that we're moving the needle on each individual Tonalea student. We'd be remiss not to thank the work of Dr. McCauley and Casey Miller, a dedicated data guru himself, and our district coaches to include Diane Murphy, Jen Austin, Paul Becker, in addition to our Tonalea coaching team and district curriculum team for supporting our teachers with the all-important alignment of curriculum, instruction, and assessment, and for using this data to help move the academic needle on our kids. In closing, I'd like to extend an open invite to any stakeholder to walk the building with me and our team and see the plan that we've reviewed tonight in action in our classrooms, in the spirit and engagement of our Tonalea children. It is the collective efficacy and the dedication of our staff, united with common goals, expectations, and this roadmap towards continuous improvement that guides us towards taking our building, our children, and our staff to the next level of greatness. As you can tell, we take great pride and care in our work at Tonalea, and we truly believe that we have set in motion the building blocks towards building a bright future for Tonalea K-8. With that, I'll take any questions, or our team will take any questions.
If you could just give me a minute, Shelley Hummon, would you please join this staff for a moment? This has been a 2-year journey. I remember the first time I met this staff, and we believe in you. We've always believed in you. I know that it's not done without the amazing commitment of these teachers, but it also is not accomplished without leaders. And I think the teachers would agree with me that the two of you were just an amazing team. And I know we took her away, but she's going to do the same great work in another school. And you will continue your great tradition. But I would be remiss if I didn't thank both these leaders and all of the teachers for doing what you do for Tonalea and taking on this amazing challenge. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.